Tralalero Tralala is one of the coolest characters from the world of Italian brainrot, which is why I decided to put him into hardcore Minecraft. For the next 100 days, I'll be surviving as Tralalero to overcome mind-blowing challenges, meet other crazy entities, and upgrade into bigger and stronger forms. I'll make use of my full arsenal of awesome landshark abilities to eviscerate my foes. Will I be able to stop the Omega Bombardiro Crocodilo and his army, or will I be washed out to sea? It was time to find out as I spawned in as baby Tralalero Tralala in my landshark colony. My mom and dad were watching over me as the rest of my people lived together in harmony.
Welcome to the world, son. We're so happy you're here.
Suddenly, bombs began to fall from the sky as a terrifying nuclear crocodile jet flew overhead. It was none other than the Omega Bombardiro Crocodilo.
Finally, I've found you all. I will eradicate the land sharks and win this war.
The sky turned dark as the Omega Crocodilo unleashed his nuclear might onto my people, killing them in cold blood.
Max, run!
I listened to my dad, using my Tralalero legs to evade the incoming attacks from the sky. But I was just a baby. I couldn't keep this up much longer.
You can try to run, but you won't be able to withstand my nuclear attack.
The Omega Crocodilo unleashed his ultimate beam attack, and me and my people were completely helpless.
Max, over here, quick!
Just then, I spotted my mom calling out to me. I ran towards her to find a small bunker big enough to hold only one of us.
Hide here. It's the only way. You're the last hope for our people.
But what about you and Dad?
It's too late for us. Find Tong Sahur. He will help you. We love you, son.
Before I could argue, they hurried me into the shelter just as the Omega Crocodilo unleashed his nuke attack. I watched in horror as my people and family were eliminated. Mom! Dad! No! Once the dust had settled, I emerged as the lone survivor, but the damage had already been done. I can't let their deaths be in vain. I need to find Tong Sahur.
One of you slipped through my fingers? We can't have that.
Suddenly, the Omega Crocodilo flew overhead. I quickly dove into the nearby ocean to escape as the monstrous jet flew after me. On day 2, I swam through the water as the Omega Crocodilo dropped aerial attacks from the sky above. The ocean had been overrun with Crocodilo mines. One touch from them would instantly kill something small like me, so I had to be careful. I did my best to swim through the obstacles, but the Omega refused to back down. He continued dropping more bombs, blowing up objects around me. As the blasts erupted all around me, I spotted something strange in the water, but I was forced to keep swimming. Did you see that? There are loads of other secrets hidden throughout the video. Try to find them all.
You're fast, but you won't be able to avoid this.
Just then, the Omega Crocodilo unleashed a laser attack onto one of the mines near me, causing it to explode. Luckily, I managed to find cover before all the mines exploded. When the dust settled, a new path had opened before me. Now's my chance. I need to get away. I swam through the path and emerged on the other side to find myself inside of a town that was under attack by one of the Omega Crocodilo's crocodile men.
All supporters of the land sharks will be killed.
Just then, I spotted Tong Sahur fighting off the enemy with a wooden bat.
You won't destroy my home, you foul beast!
Is that Tong Sahur? The one my dad told me about? I need to help him. The Crocodilo Combatente came in hot at Tong Sahur, but I managed to protect him with my Tralalero shark jaws.
Wait, are you Tralalero Tralala? You're alive!
The crocodile began to fight the two of us, but even as a team, we were no match for his strength. We fought with all of our might, using Tong's wooden bat and my shark jaws, though both were ineffective against his thick alligator scales. The monster kept firing back with his laser attack, along with his mighty roar. Luckily, just as all hope seemed lost, Tong had one final trick up his sleeve. He wound up his bat and unleashed a whirlwind swing. He hit him again and again, knocking the enemy into a trap.
This puny trap won't hold me for long!
Come with me, little one. We don't have much time.
And with that, Tong Sahur and I fled deeper into the village to hide from the Crocodilo threat. As we made our escape, we came to a portal in an empty field. Whoa, what is this?
I don't know. It looks dangerous.
It could hold the secret to defeating Bombardiro Crocodilo. I jumped into the portal not knowing what to expect, and landed in the world of Mega Evolve. Mega Evolve is the latest way to experience Minecraft. Complete quests and puzzles to unlock tons of unique and classic mobs to play as. Use the link below to the Minecraft Marketplace to buy it today. This map has all your favorite creatures I've survived 100 days as. From crocs to lava snakes to warden dinosaurs, you'll get to fight them and then become them. Evolve to 3 different forms of each mob, each with unique abilities and powers. You'll get to complete quests from me and me. Bronzo? You're in this too?
Yeah, follow my quest and you can become a monstrous alligator. Journey through different biomes like swamps, lava basins, and demon depths, fighting all sorts of crazy mobs. And put your Minecraft skills to the test.
That's crazy cool! So don't wait. Help support the channel and get the Mega Evolve map on the Minecraft Marketplace today using the link in the description. Aw man, I wanted to spend more time there.
There's no time for that, land shark. Follow me.
I followed Tong into town. On day 3, Tung Sahur took me into one of the houses in town, allowing us to hide out from the boss for now. So, Tung, who are you exactly? And how did you know my name?
I'm a member of the Brain Rot Resistance. We want to take down the Crocodilo army, and you're the key to doing it.
Tung flipped a switch in the room, revealing an incredible new shoe upgrade. What are those?
These sneakers will grant you great power. Put them on. They'll only fit you.
I put on the new upgrade, causing my body itself to change completely. I grew bigger and stronger in size, and sprouted another leg made for running. I was now an adult Tralalero Tralala, with 5 more hearts and new amazing powers. Whoa, I feel way stronger.
As you should. Find the other brain rot mobs and gather their tech. It's the only way you'll be able to defeat the Omega Crocodilo and his men.
Suddenly, the wall collapsed as the Crocodilo boss broke into the building. We had been discovered.
No more hiding!
I don't want to. I'm gonna fight. I charged forward, using my new powers to take on the crocodile enemy. The 2 of us clashed, trading heavy blows. But thanks to my new upgrade, I was putting up a fight. This foe was no joke though, and he still got some good hits in. Despite his strength, the enemy went down. But as he did, he sent a flare shooting up into the air. What did you do?
You may have defeated me, but the boss is on his way.
He died, but it was too late. We could see Omega Crocodilo flying in to come and finish us off.
You need to go.
Tung Sahur used another switch to reveal an alternate path.
Take this passage and find one known as Chimpanzini Bananini. Good luck.
Chimpanzini. Got it. I hurried ahead down the path, determined to find Chimpanzini before it was too late. On days 4 through 7, I arrived on the other side of the passage to find myself now in a jungle biome. Tung said to find Chimpanzini, but where could he be? Suddenly, I was hit with a blast of fire as some Crocodilo minions flew in after me.
There's the shark. Blast him.
I did my best to fight back, but they were hard to hit from the ground. I couldn't get a clean shot. It's no use. I'm not gonna make it. Just as I thought I was done for, a strange monkey creature jumped down onto the treetops above, striking my enemies with a fruit juice splash.
Mayday! We're going down!
With the crocs destroyed, my new ally dropped from the treetops and landed in front of me.
So, Tralalero found his way into my jungle.
You must be Chimpanzini Banana Nini. Thanks for the help back there. But I need to keep getting stronger. Where can I find the next upgrade?
It's locked away inside of a temple, but only a land shark is able to get it.
Then leave it to me. I'll head there now. Suddenly, an attack flew out towards me. I couldn't see where it was from, but it was clear that we were being hunted.
Hurry, looks like something is on your tail. Get out of here.
Using my land shark speed, I parted ways with Chimpanzini and began looking for the next upgrade. I thought I had finally outrun the threat, only for a giant tree man to drop down in front of me, stopping me in my tracks.
Sorry, Tralalero. This is for your own good.
Without warning, the leaf-covered giant attacked me. On days 8 through 10, I was duking it out with Burr Patapim. You long-nosed spruce! What's the matter with you? He used his earth-smashing attacks to try and strike me down, throwing terrain at me as well as shaking the ground around us. But I fought back with my own shark powers, trying to keep him at bay. Why are you attacking me? You're a brain rot mob too! He approached me with a mournful expression.
You won't understand. Just go down quietly.
Berber Patapim lumbered towards me with a crushing attack, but I managed to dodge it and land a clean hit for big damage. He stumbled back, and I took the chance to try and reason with him. Please, we don't have to fight. Aren't we on the same side? The massive tree man rose back up, shaking off the impact.
The Omega Crocodilo is too powerful. I joined him so he wouldn't kill me instead. You have to die.
Berber Patapim threw down a nuclear potion, causing him to mutate into something completely new. You fool! What have you done? He was now infused with the power of the Omega Crocodilo.
Prepare to taste my true strength.
Oh boy! Berber Patapim used his new radioactive powers. I could feel my skin burn from his nuclear liquid. I was no match for his nuclear-powered state. This isn't looking good.
Submit before I do something you'll regret.
I was out of options. Well, now that you're giving me the chance. I ran for my life as Berber Patapim chased behind me. On days 11 through 14, I was being chased through the jungle when I spotted the temple that Chimpanzini told me about. There it is. I need that upgrade. It's the only way out of this. I ran inside of the structure to escape Berber Patapim, only for the door to seal shut behind me. I was trapped inside. Looks like the only way out of here now is forward. I turned around, and before me was a large pool of water that was surging with electricity. I can't touch that while it's being zapped. I'll have to time this just right. I waited for the electricity to stop and dove into the water, swimming as fast as I could. Soon, it began to kick back up. I leapt out of the water and onto a platform just as the electricity zapped through the dangerous waters. I dodged and weaved through the electric surges until the other side was just in reach. But I was running out of time. Just a little more. I'm almost there. I leapt out of the water and managed to make it to the other side of the area before the electricity surged again. The upgrade should be just ahead. I better keep moving. I pressed onwards into the next room where the next shoe upgrade Chimpanzini told me about was waiting. However, before I could take it, Berber Patapim dropped down in front of me.
I found you. Nowhere to run now, Tralalero.
On days 15 through 17, I was fighting it out with Berber Patapim as I desperately tried to reach the next upgrade. I knew without it I couldn't win, but the Titan wouldn't stand down.
Give up. You can't defeat me.
Gotta think of something, fast! If I couldn't beat him, I had to trick him. Oh look! It's Bombardiro Crocodilo! Look, Berber totally failed to kill me!
What? No, I didn't do that. He's lying.
While Berber turned his back to me, I took my chance to run ahead and snag the next shoe upgrade. My body once again underwent a powerful transformation, causing me to grow even bigger and stronger than before. I gained incredible armor, 5 hearts, and even a new laser attack.
No! I've been had!
Take this! I unleashed my new Tralalero Tralala laser onto the enemy, overwhelming him with my power. I was able to strike down the mutated monster for good. I didn't have long to rest, however, as the Omega Crocodilo destroyed the ceiling over my head.
You may have gotten stronger, but that won't stop me.
The Omega prepared his finishing move. Just as I thought I was done for, Chimpanzini ran in, taking the hit in my place. Chimpanzini!
Run, before it's too late!
My brave ally let out one final attack at Bombardiro's eyes before succumbing to his wounds and dying.
It burns! I can't see! Mark my words, Landshark. I will destroy you once I can see again!
I stood in shock as my greatest adversary flew away. First my people, now the other brain rot mobs? The Omega Crocodilo has to be stopped! Just then, I spotted a chest in the corner. Inside was a note advertising a dance studio and a map pointing towards another location. What's this doing here? It must be a clue from Chimpanzini. Determined to make things right, I followed the map in hopes of reaching another upgrade soon. On days 18 through 21, after a long trek, I arrived at the location marked on the map to find the dance studio. When I walked through the doors, I looked ahead and saw a strange cup person performing on the stage.
Oh, could it be? The last land shark has found my studio!
Wow, those are some sweet moves.
Thanks! I have to keep training to be the best of the best. Now, let's get to business. Tong told me to expect you.
Oh, cool. Then do you know where I can get the next upgrade?
If you find all the parts on this list, I can finish building it for you. I can't do it without the help of a land shark.
Cappuccina handed me the list and I quickly set off to search for the parts for my next upgrade. After some exploring, I found myself face to face with a sprawling molten magma block field. And right in the middle, shielded by glass, was the first part. Touching that would be bad news. It'll burn right through my shoes. I used my Tralalero agility to jump from platform to platform, evading the burning blocks below. Luckily, I made it to the other side where the artifact was being kept in a container. Finders keepers. I tried to break the glass, but it was reinforced. I couldn't get through. How am I supposed to get in there? I then spotted an empty bucket near some lava and had a brilliant idea. I filled the bucket with lava and poured it over the glass. I hope this works. The glass melted from the lava, and all that was left was the artifact. Sometimes my genius even amazes me. I grabbed the first part and continued to search for the next few. The second part was at the bottom of the ocean in a shipwreck. However, since I was a shark, I was able to swim through the water, but I couldn't fit inside the ship. Maybe I just need to make a bigger opening. I used my powers to break the ship apart, giving me a larger entrance. Easy peasy. I swam into the ship and grabbed the piece I was needing. Just one more to go. I re-emerged onto land where the final part was waiting for me, just in front of a jungle. I started to rush over to it. However, before I could grab the piece, I was ambushed by some sort of coffee cup assassin.
Nobody works with my nemesis and gets away with it.
Nemesis? Do you mean Cappuccina? What, do you have competing coffee shops?
Silence, you fool!
I braced myself as the caffeine-filled assassin struck down onto me with his blades. For days 22 to 25, I was retaliating against Cappuccino Assassino's attacks with my open abilities, as well as dodging his blows the best I could. I opened with a volley of icicles and tried to soften him up with my mounted laser cannon. He kept using his swords to try and slice me to bits, and unfortunately for me, he was able to push me away. This was all so he could distract me as he grabbed the final part I was looking for. Oh no you don't! I started to chase after the assassin, and thanks to my Tralalero legs and shoes, I was able to match his speed perfectly. After a bit of running, I was able to corner the beverage in the jungle. Start talking! Who are you? Why are you doing all this?
I'm Cappuccino Assassino, Ballerina Cappuccina's ultimate rival.
Rival? I thought you were, an item.
Ha! As if I could ever be with such a cold beverage. Ever since I was a young coffee, I wanted to prove myself to the other kids, so she told me to enter the school's talent show. Ballerina Cappuccina's dancing captured the attention of everyone. I thought this was finally my chance to fit in. But when it was my turn to show off my assassin skills, all of the other kids laughed at me. It was a total embarrassment. I have never forgiven her since that day, and anyone who works with her now is the enemy.
I think she was trying to help you. It must have been a misunderstanding.
No way! She's evil, I tell you! Evil!
Before I could fully convince him to end his grudge and join my cause, the Omega Crocodilo flew overhead.
Looks like things are heating up here. I think it's time we have some fun.
The Omega Crocodilo then blasted Cappuccino with an attack, mutating him into a monster before flying off into the sky.
Must destroy all land sharks.
Uh-oh. I then braced myself as the newly empowered nuclear Cappuccino Assassino started slicing me with his radioactive blades. On days 26 through 28, I was locked in combat with Cappuccino Assassino. His strength was overwhelming, and his attacks came faster than before. His new powers burned straight through my armor. Each hit left deep, searing damage. This is bad. I can't defeat him as I am now. I fired my laser to stagger him just long enough for me to escape into cover. I had to find a way out of this mess.
I know you're out there, Tralalero. I'll find you.
I moved quietly through the jungle as he searched for me, but I stayed out of sight. If only I could get the final part from him. But how? Just then, I spotted a large magnet sitting on top of a ruined portal in the jungle. It gave me an idea. Maybe I can use that to get the part from Assassino. Before I could grab it though, the assassin spotted me and blocked my path to the magnet.
Running from our duel, land shark? You are a coward.
I am a land shark. What if I try to swim in the land itself? I dove into the ground using my shark powers, swimming through the earth around the assassin. As I moved closer towards the magnet, the assassin tried to swing at me, but it had no effect.
What the? What trickery is this?
Soon, I was able to reach my goal and activate the device. The magnet ripped the final part I was missing from Cappuccino's inventory, and I managed to snag it for myself. Haha! Got it!
Hey, give that back!
The enemy charged forward, but before he could attack, I dove into the ground once more, tunneling down deep. I then emerged back next to the beach from earlier. I caught the last part! Now I need to reach Ballerina Cappuccina before it's too late. I jumped into the water as the beverage ninja hurried to the shoreline, calling out after me.
This isn't the last you have seen of me, land shark.
Sheesh, that guy needs to get a hobby. I swam through the ocean, determined to get that shoe upgrade now that I had completed Ballerina Cappuccina's quest, which reminded me of all the awesome quests you can complete in Mega Evolve, available now through the link in the description. On days 29 through 32, I returned to the studio where I found Ballerina Cappuccina waiting for me.
Did you get all of the parts?
Yes, but you need to work fast. Cappuccino Assassino has been corrupted.
Oh no! Assassino! Omega Crocodilo got to him! We have to hurry!
I handed over the artifact pieces and followed her as she rushed over to her workstation. She didn't waste a second and hurriedly worked on the next shoe upgrade. After some tinkering, she handed it over to me, allowing me to finally reach my next form. I grew even more powerful and bigger in size. My health shot up to a total of 20 hearts, and I obtained new land shark powers. Before we could celebrate, Cappuccino Assassino arrived on the scene ready to fight.
You're sushi now!
Assassino! No!
Despite Cappuccino's pleas, Assassino lunged at me, but I was ready. My new powers gave me the edge I needed to fight back. I unleashed my new abilities onto Cappuccino, overwhelming him with my sonic shark attack. After a brutal battle, I finally defeated him, returning him back to his normal self.
Cappuccino, are you okay?
Cappuccina, have you come to mock me like when we were little bambinos?
Oh, Assassino, I'm so sorry for what happened at that talent show. For what it's worth, I thought you were the coolest one there.
Really?
In fact, I always thought you were kinda hot.
Guys, I think there's bigger problems going on outside. We looked outside and saw that snow had begun to fall, turning the area into an icy snowscape. It was so cold, the studio was starting to freeze over.
The Omega must be toying with the weather. Frigo Camelo would know what to do. He's in the desert biome.
Then I'll go look for him before things get worse. You two gonna be alright here? I looked over to see Cappuccina and Assassino canoodling, which I took as my sign to leave. I left the studio and headed towards the desert, hoping to find Frigo Camelo before it was too late. On days 33 through 35, I reached the desert only to find it frozen solid. The world around us was completely out of control. What's going on here?
Tralalero!
Just then, Frigo Camelo appeared, running straight to me.
The Omega's nuclear activity is causing the biomes to go haywire. I need the power of a land shark to fix this place. Come with me.
I followed Frigo's lead where he took me to the next shoe upgrade, but it was trapped inside thick ice.
Oh no, it's a frozen.
I have an idea. Stand back. I fired the laser on my back straight into the ice, but the cold was too strong. As hard as I tried, it wouldn't melt. This thing isn't budging. We need to thaw the desert first if we're gonna get that upgrade. Before we could figure out what to do next, an ice attack hit Frigo Camelo out of nowhere, freezing him solid. The cactus elephant Liri Li Lari La charged in, but something was wrong. His once green body was now frozen solid, corrupted by the power of the Omega Crocodilo's nuclear ice.
Everything will freeze!
The corrupted Liri Li struck me, pushing me back. He then struck the ground with his giant feet, causing the snow and sand beneath me to collapse. I fell into a deep, icy chasm. On days 36 through 39, I landed hard at the bottom of the chasm. Thankfully, my Tralalero shoes absorbed the impact, allowing me to survive the fall damage, but I was still very badly hurt. Unfortunately, I had no time to rest. The ground shook beneath me, and I quickly found a place to hide as Liri Li walked into the area.
Come out and die, land shark.
I'm being hunted. I need to get out of here. I waited for Liri-Li-La-Ri-La to take a turn into a nearby tunnel and I continued deeper into the cavern. But the place was treacherous. I was soon met with a massive gap in the ground with nothing but icy platforms to cross over them. I leapt from one platform to the next, inching closer towards the exit. One mistake and I could slip off to my death. The exit should be getting close. I can feel it. The cavern shook again, sending deadly icicles crashing down over my head. I continued jumping to each platform to avoid the sharp ice from falling on me. But soon, I ran into a dead end. Using quick thinking, I blasted the icicle with my laser, but it also shattered the wall in front of me, revealing a hidden path. Where does this lead? I followed the secret passage and found a room with a strange fire-powered device. Wait a second. This could be what I need to thaw the desert. Unfortunately, before I could explore more, Liri-Li-La-Ri-La burst into the room ready to take me down. I had been discovered. On days 40 through 43, I faced off against Liri-Li-La-Ri-La. They charged me, hitting me with their frozen tusks. Their chilling attacks hit hard and fast, demonstrating just how strong the nuclear ice had made them. The ice beneath us made things more difficult as I struggled not to slide. I fought back with my own attacks, but Liri-Li's frozen body was too hard to pierce through. I then dug myself into the ground to get a better advantage. However, Liri-Li responded by stomping down above me, forcing me to come back up. They were too powerful for me with their new ice abilities. I needed to thaw them out to win.
Out of my way!
I got knocked back with a powerful blow, landing me near a switch I hadn't seen before. I noticed more scattered around the chamber. Time to put this device to use! With my new plan in mind, I dodged Liri-Li's strikes while flipping all the switches I could find.
Stop that! Stop that at once!
After flipping one final switch, the device activated, melting the ice around us. The cave started to thaw, and Liri-Li-La-Ri-La returned to normal.
Oh, my head. That ice made me lose my mind.
You were under the influence of Omega Crocodilo.
I'm sorry if I hurt anyone.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, we gotta go check on Frigo. We made our way back to the surface and found Frigo out of the ice. The device had done wonders, returning everything back to normal.
I knew you could do it. Thank you for saving me and my friend.
No problem. I'm just glad you're safe.
I'm so sorry, my friend. It was that evil monster Crocodilo controlling me.
It's okay. Everything is better now. You can rest.
Hold on. What happened to the upgrade? Did it melt too?
No, silly. I got it right here for ya.
Just as Frigo was about to give me the shoes, a speedy brain rot mob zoomed past and snatched them away. Hey, those don't belong to you. I took after the thief, determined to get the upgrade back before it was too late. On days 44 through 46, I chased after the runaway mob. Even with my Tralalero speed, he was surprisingly quick. Just who does this guy think he is? I have to slow him down. I tried to reduce his speed with lasers and fired attack after attack, but he dodged each beam with ease. During the chaos, one blast struck a nearby mountain, revealing a secret I hadn't noticed before. Did you see that? Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and try to spot it. No matter how fast I ran, I couldn't catch him. I needed a new strategy. Using my land shark abilities, I dove underground, swimming through the soil to quickly cut him off from ahead. I've got you now. Who are you?
I am Boneka Ambalabu, the fastest brain rot mob.
Those shoes belong to me.
No way! Only the fastest mob is worthy of shoes as fine as these!
And that's me, the last of the land sharks.
In your dreams, you will never be as fast as me.
I literally just outran you.
That was just a luck. You'll have to truly prove yourself if you want these shoes.
How?
With a race, of course. Beat me and I'll hand them over.
I'm always up for a challenge. You're on. Boneka led the way and we set off, the fate of the shoe upgrade now hanging in the balance. Between days 47 and 50, Boneka Ambalabu took me to a racetrack. From end to end, it was full of different obstacles to overcome.
The first mob who gets to the finish line gets to keep the shoes. Are you ready?
Of course, you're going down. The race started, and we both ran as fast as we could down the track. We were neck and neck, but Boneka Ambalabu was a worthy opponent to go up against. He was able to inch ahead of me as we were passing the first obstacle, magma blocks. That's hot! Gotta watch out! I swerved around the magma as to not burn my shoes, but in doing so, I was now officially in second place.
If that's enough to stop you, those shoes are as good as mine.
Oh no you don't! I managed to overcome the obstacle and close the gap a little by diving into the ground. However, I was soon met with a pond full of lily pads. Naturally, Bonica Ambalabu hopped from one pad to the next using his frog abilities to keep the lead. You're not the only one with animal powers. Watch this! Instead of platforming through the plants, I dove into the water and was able to take the lead. I jumped back onto land and made it past the finish line, just before Boneca, winning myself the race. Woohoo!
Not bad. Not bad at all. I think it's safe to say you've earned those shoes.
Just as Bonica was about to hand over the shoes, the ground shook and a massive toilet crocodilio burst onto the scene.
That upgrade will not fall into your hands, Tralala loser!
Bonica quickly got scared and ran off, leaving me alone to deal with the monster. Wait! Come back! Ugh, guess I have no choice. The toilet crocodilio then set its sights on me and rushed over to attack. On days 51 through 54, I faced Toilet Crocodilo. He was strong and used ferocious alligator attacks to keep me at bay, but I couldn't give up. We traded blows, but I was quickly overwhelmed by the creature's sheer power. I dove into the ground in order to avoid his blows, but that didn't last long. He roared into the sky, sending shockwaves that shook the ground under my feet. I fought back with everything I had, but without the shoe upgrade, I couldn't land a finishing blow. I just had to slow him down long enough to get to Boneca. Just then, I spotted the magma block scattered on the ground and knew what to do. Using my powers, I knocked the terrifying crocodile back into the searing magma, catching him on fire.
Ah, it burns!
Now's my chance! Where'd that slippery frog run off to? While he was distracted, I dashed towards Boneca, reuniting with him on the other side of the track. Boneca! Quick, give me the upgrade!
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Here you go.
I finally took the upgrade, causing me to grow even bigger and stronger in size. I gained 5 more hearts and new incredible powers. Suddenly, the toilet crocodile brushed off the flames and turned his sights back towards me.
Upgrade or not, I'll flush you away!
The boss charged in my direction, but I was ready. I unleashed my upgraded powers and overwhelmed him with strength. Thanks to the new shoe upgrade, with one final strike, I brought him down for good.
Wow, you really might be the one who can take down the Omega.
Not without a few more upgrades, I won't. But I need to start searching for the next brain rot mob.
I got a tip on where the next upgrade will be.
You do? Awesome! Lay it on me.
It's right below the lily pad track. Keep going down and down. You can't miss it.
I thanked Boneca, and without hesitation, I ran over and jumped into the racetrack's pond, ready to uncover whatever lay beneath. On days 55 through 57, I emerged deep beneath the water, in a tiny cave. There were strange collectibles all over the sea floor. Hello? Is my next upgrade down here? Suddenly, the strange Trippy Tropy Tropa Trippa strutted up to me. Can I help you?
Sure can. I'm Trippy. I need help with a water-breathing brain rot mob to get my treasure back from the pesky croc.
I'm sorry, but I need to keep looking for the shoe upgrades. The fate of the world rests on my success.
Oh, you mean these?
Trippy Tropy took out the next shoe upgrade, placing it on the ground in front of me. Before I could take it, he snatched it back up. Hey, give me those!
Only if you help me. The croc that stole my loot is just west of here, through the cave and behind the waterfall at another shipwreck. Get it back for me and these shoes are yours.
Fine, I'll do it. I followed Trippy's directions and made my way through the cave and past the waterfall. On the other side, I found the shipwreck that Trippy mentioned. That must be it. I got closer, and from that distance, I could see the lost treasure. There it is. I just need to grab it and get out of here. Just as I was about to go for the treasure, a terrifying creature I had never seen before swam by. It was another brain rot mob with the head of a crocodile and the body of a shark. It was a crocodilo squalo. That thing looks strong. I can't let him see me. On days 58 through 61, I had to rely on stealth. I swam carefully through the area, doing everything I could to reach the treasure without being noticed. As I swam by, Crocodilo Squalo turned his head. I barely managed to duck behind the sunken ship in time.
Die, intruder!
I braced myself for the worst, but to my surprise, he devoured a fish in a single gulp instead. That could have been me. Just a bit closer and I would have been fish food. I better keep moving. I kept inching towards the treasure. But soon, Crocodilo Squalo swam straight into my path and stayed there. He wasn't gonna move. I had to lure him out of here. But with what? Suddenly, I spotted some rogue TNT nearby and got an idea. Using my laser, I fired at the explosive in the distance, causing it to erupt into flames.
Stop right there!
The explosion drew him away, leaving me just enough time to reach the treasure chest. But the second I opened it, the creak of the hinges caught the Croc's attention.
There you are! That treasure is mine!
Okay, first of all, you stole this treasure, so I'm pretty sure it's not yours.
Whatever. You think you're better than me, don't you? Just 'cause you have shoes, huh?
I never said anything like that.
I can see it in your eyes. Die!
I barely had time to react. The underwater hunter charged at me, jaws wide open and fury blazing in his eyes. On days 62 through 64, I finally faced off against Crocodilo Squalo in open combat. He charged with terrifying force, trying to bite through my armor with his monstrous jaws. I fought back with my Tralalero attacks, but we were evenly matched. I needed something to tip the scales. Maybe something in the treasure chest can help me. I fired a laser burst at the Croc to stall him and went for the treasure chest, but all I found inside were 3 pieces of candy and a random pair of shoes. What? These are just normal shoes! They're useless! Suddenly, Squalo charged forward, narrowly missing me, but connecting with the treasure chest, shattering it into pieces. The shoes and candy spilled across the seafloor. Suddenly, and to my surprise, he stopped attacking.
Wait, what are those?
What? The shoes?
Yes. Are you giving them to me? Is this a peace offering?
Yeah, for sure. From shark to shark, everyone deserves shoes.
Bro, these are beautiful. Nobody has ever gotten me anything. I'm going to use them to walk the path of good. Thank you.
He grabbed the shoes and swam off into the deep. A changed Croc shark. Huh, I guess one mob's trash is another mob's treasure. Speaking of, I better get this candy back to Trippy. I made my way all the way back to Trippy Tropy and handed him his treasured candies.
Looks like you kept your end of the deal. Here you go.
Trippy Tropy handed over the upgrade and I took it, causing me to grow even bigger in size. I now had 30 hearts total and my laser beam got way stronger. Suddenly, the cavern trembled all around us. Something big was happening up on land. That doesn't sound good. I need to check it out.
Better you than me. Here, take this shortcut.
Trippy Tropy showed me to a portal, which he said connected topside. I had had enough swimming for one day, so I took him up on his offer, said goodbye, and headed through the portal to the surface. On days 65 through 67, I returned to the surface from the portal only to witness an all-out war erupting before my eyes. Hero Squino Tanquini was locked in combat with the Omega Crocodilo. Whoa, it's like a full-blown war.
Your reign of terror has lasted far too long, Omega!
Hero Squino unleashed an arsenal of rockets and explosives from his tank, but despite his wild firepower, the Omega endured the attacks without a scratch.
You think your puny weapons can stop me? I'll show you why the Crocs are the superior brainrot mob!
The Omega used his crushing power to tear through Hero Squino's defenses like tissue paper. The battlefield shook with every blast. I can't leave him to die like this. I have to help. Against my better judgment, I ran in and stood between the pair, bringing the battle to a halt.
If it isn't the last land shark, still alive, huh? Well, we can fix that.
That's right. It's me you want, Crocodilo. Leave this cute little hamster tank alone.
Are you crazy? Get away from here or he'll kill you!
I don't think so. Trust me. Hey, Omega, let's make a deal.
A deal? What are you talking about?
Let him go, and I'll let you take me as your prisoner.
What? No! You can't!
A prisoner, eh? Yeah, I like the sound of that. You'll be my little trophy. All right, land shark, you've got yourself a deal.
Without hesitation, the Omega Crocodilo sprayed me with a poison gas. I shook my head as my vision spun and I blacked out. On days 68 through 72, I awoke in a huge cage, big enough to hold a land shark. And looming just outside was my captor, Omega Crocodilo.
Rise and shine, Tralalero, and welcome to your doom.
Now that you have me, what are you gonna do with me?
I'm gonna keep you as my prisoner, my trophy, my punching bag. That's right. I'm going to make your life a living nightmare. After so many years of war, victory is finally mine. But hey, at least you saved that pathetic little hamster, right?
It doesn't have to be like this, Bombardiro. Can't we have peace between our people?
Peace. The chance for peace was thrown out the window years ago. All because of you stupid land sharks.
What even happened to make you hate us so much?
Didn't your pappy ever tell you anything? If you really want to know, I'll tell you. Back in the good old days, crocodiles enjoyed the waters and land, living as the superior species for decades. That is, until you land sharks arrived. You showed up with your totally awesome shoes, winning over the masses. And so years of crocodile culture was flushed down the drain. So, I took it upon myself to create a new mission for my people. I decided that I was going to destroy all land sharks and reclaim this land for the crocodiles.
All this because you and your species were jealous? Of our shoes?
It's more than that. As the land sharks took over our home, more and more of our history and traditions were lost.
They don't have to be. Let me help you. We can rebuild together.
Correction. I will rebuild by annihilating the land shark population, namely you.
Omega Crocodilo used his powerful rockets to try and take me down once and for all. I dodged and weaved as his attacks started to tear apart my cage, freeing me. Now's my chance. I ran out of the broken cage, but there was no clear way to go. I was still trapped and now cornered.
Where do you think you're going?
Just as I thought I was done for, I spotted a nearby chasm, leading deep down into the earth. I had no choice. I had to jump for it. Here goes nothing. I dove into the chasm, narrowly avoiding a final blast from Bombardiro, and fell deep into the darkness. On days 73 through 75, I landed at the bottom of the pit to find myself in a dark prison chamber. Just then, I noticed another brain rot mob imprisoned with me. It was Vaca Saturno Saturnita.
Could it be another brain rot mob?
Boy, am I glad to see a friendly face. How long have you been down here?
I don't know. I've lost track of time. The Omega locked me down here ages ago.
Well, I can't stay here and let him destroy the world. We're breaking out.
There is no breaking out. I've tried.
Well, maybe you just needed someone to help you.
I like your optimism.
I investigated the exit, only to find a strange puzzle blocking our way. There were planet chips on the ground that looked like they could be placed on the wall. It looks like we might need to arrange the planets in order.
That would make sense. I just thought those were decorations.
All right, let's get started.
Oh, let me do it. I studied the planets in college.
You went to college?
Well, it wasn't so much a college as it was a farm, but rest assured, Old MacDonald was a great professor.
Sure he was. Let's just get to work. Vaca gathered the planet chips up quickly and then started to eagerly snap them into place. Mercury, Venus, Earth, all the way down the line until we hit a cosmic controversy. Wait a minute, before you place that last one, is Pluto a planet?
Of course it is. It's a dwarf planet. It's in the name. I just have to place it here.
The moment Pluto locked into the final slot, a harsh buzz echoed through the chamber. Then, a cold, robotic voice pierced the silence.
Puzzle failed. Initiating prisoner purge.
I guess the security system never went to college.
I feel like you're making fun of me, and now is not the time, young man.
Sorry. Suddenly, green poisonous gas began to flood the room. We didn't have long before we were goners.
This isn't good. We need to get out of here.
You're right. Maybe brute force will work better than using our brains.
The sword might be mightier than the pen after all.
I tried everything I could to break down the door, but nothing worked. The poison began to take effect. If we didn't act fast, this would be the end for both of us. On days 76 through 79, the gas closed in and I thought it was the end. However, Vaca rushed to my side with something that could help.
Here, drink this.
She handed me a bucket of milk to cure my poison for now to buy us some more time. Of course! Why didn't I think of that? You're a cow!
Watch yourself, mister.
Right, sorry. Let's just get out of here before things get worse. I looked around for a way to escape when I spotted a vent in the corner of the chamber where the gas was pouring in. With the last of my power, I blasted it wide open. This is the only way out of here. Let's move. We raced through the busted vent and climbed our way out of the pit, back into the overworld. By some miracle, the milk kept the poison from finishing us off.
Beautiful! I never thought I'd see the sky again!
What the heck is that?
What the heck was— Oh my goodness!
Floating above us was a massive UFO. Before I could process what I was seeing, a beam shot down and snatched Vaca into the sky. Hold on! Let me help you! I shot some projectiles at the UFO, trying to save my new friend. It seemed to work as the beam went away, dropping Vaca safely, and she ran off.
I'm saved! Good luck with the aliens, Tralalero! I'm out of here!
I thought we were in the clear, but the UFO's beam started again and was beginning to move towards me. That's not good! I need to get out of here! Just as I thought I was next, a missile pierced through the sky and hit the UFO, destroying it. I looked at the cause and saw that a familiar hamster had rolled up to help.
Looks like I got here just in time.
It's you! You're alive!
All thanks to you, friend. After you saved me, I caught up with some of the other critters you helped. Once I heard your tale, I knew I had to repay the favor.
Well, now we're even. Thanks.
Not yet, we're not. I've got something else for you. A map. It'll lead you directly to the brain rot mob who holds the final shoe upgrade.
I picked up the map from my newest friend and gave it a quick look. I knew I had a long trek ahead of me. Thanks, I better get moving before it's too late. And with that, I took off, ready to face the next challenge, whatever that may be. On days 80 through 83, I followed Hirosino's directions into a swamp biome where a watermelon patch was waiting. Something smells fishy about this place. And it's not just me. Suddenly, one of the watermelons started running away. I bolted after it, determined to see what was going on. Hey, get back here! Using my Tralalero speed, I caught up and tackled the runaway melon, only to realize it wasn't a fruit at all. It was Glorbo Frutadillo. Are you the brain rot mob with the final upgrade?
I'm sorry, but this was a mistake. You can't have it.
But I'm so close to achieving my goal. Why can't I have it? Do I have to force it from you?
I can't. Omega Crocodilo's always watching. He'll kill me if I do.
You have to trust me. With its power, we can stop him once and for all.
But what if you fail?
I won't. I'm determined to defeat him.
Confidence isn't everything. You have to take down a freaking crocodile airplane. I just don't see how a land shark can win against him.
I've gone against plenty of foes and came out on top. I just need that last upgrade. And I promise you, I will defeat Omega Crocodilo.
I'm sorry. I can't.
What the? What's happening? Suddenly, Glorbo's body began to change. He grew into a massive size, gained powerful tusks, and sprouted multiple limbs. He wasn't Glorbo anymore. He was something monstrous.
Eliminate all land sharks.
Glorbo was now gigantic and used his massive size to his advantage as he tried to crush me flat. I tried to fight him back, but the corruption from the Omega Crocodilo had made him far too powerful. Calm down, Glorbo. We can talk this through.
Never. I won't let you have this upgrade. My life depends on it.
Out of options, I made a run for it, trying my best to escape the terrifying watermelon gator. On days 84 through 86, I ran through the swamp as Glorbo chased behind me. I couldn't keep running forever, but soon I spotted a small house and rushed inside to hide. That should hold him off for now.
Honey! Someone's in our house!
I turned around and saw a crocodilo mom and dad staring at me.
What are you doing here? Are you here to kill us, land shark?
No. I don't want to hurt you. I'm just trying to escape the Glorbo monster outside.
Uh-oh. Sounds like our little Omega Crocodilo was up to no good.
Wait, are you Omega's parents?
Sure are, but he doesn't talk to us anymore. Ever since he went crazy. Guess he made Glorbo go mad too.
Glorbo is going to need some help. There's a witch in the swamp that should have a cure. But be warned, she hates land sharks.
Then I'll give it my best shot. Thanks for the help. I left the house and followed a path through the swamp until I found a witch hut with a strange witch crocodilio waiting outside. The Omega's parents said you could help me?
A land shark. Really? Get out of here.
Please, I need the cure to help Glorbo.
Fine, but only if you answer my riddles 3.
Sure, just hurry.
What's the name us crocs like to call you?
Tralalero Tralala.
Not bad. I like you. Next riddle. How do you feed a ninja beverage?
She had to be talking about Cappuccino Assassino. I thought back to when I fought him last.
Running from our duel, land shark? You are a coward.
I am a land shark, but if I try to swim in the land itself? I dove into the ground using my shark powers, swimming through the earth around the assassin. As I moved closer towards the magnet, the assassin tried to swing at me, but it had no effect.
What the? What trickery is this?
Soon, I was able to reach my goal and activate the device. The magnet ripped the final part I was missing from Cappuccino's inventory, and I managed to snag it for myself. Haha! Got it!
Hey, give that back!
That's it! You have to outmaneuver him.
I would have also accepted helping him through the enemy's lovers trope, but you are still technically correct.
Whatever. Last riddle, please.
Is Pluto a planet?
Wait, I know the answer to this. Think, Max. Think. Vaca gathered the planet chips up quickly, it then started to eagerly snap them into place. Mercury, Venus, Earth, all the way down the line until we hit a cosmic controversy. Wait a minute, before you place that last one, is Pluto a planet?
Of course it is. It's a dwarf planet. It's in the name. I just have to place it here.
The moment Pluto locked into the final slot, a harsh buzz echoed through the chamber. Then, a cold, robotic voice pierced the silence.
Puzzle failed. Initiating prisoner purge.
Just then, I had the answer to the witch's last riddle. Pluto is not a planet, just a dwarf planet.
Correct. Ugh. Lousy land sharks. I'll give you the cure. Just chew. Chew!
The witch gave me the cure, but suddenly and without warning, the massive Glorbo dropped out of nowhere and squished her flat.
No more running, land shark.
I faced my enemy, Glorbo. This time, I had no choice. I had to fight. On days 87 through 89, Glorbo came at me again, unleashing his prehistoric rage onto me. I thought watermelons were delicious before, but now they were trying to eat me. I did everything in my power to try and fend off the ginormous Glorbo, but he wasn't giving up. Whatever transformed him into this abomination had also given him enhanced strength. With no other choice, I had to think outside the box. Luckily, thanks to the witch, I had a trick up my sleeve. I threw the witch's cure straight at him, but instead of turning back to normal, he transformed into a regular watermelon. Uh-oh.
Ah! Where are my legs?
Hang on, I'll fix this. I ran back to the hut and grabbed every potion I could carry. There had to be something that would work. One by one, I hit him with potions, but each one turned him into something different.
You're just making things worse.
One of these has to work. I kept trying until finally Glorbo was back to normal. Sorry about that.
I've seen unspeakable horrors, but thank you for turning me back to normal.
So, are you giving me that upgrade?
I don't know. What if that scary crocodile finds out?
I won't tell him if you don't.
Sure, I guess after everything I can trust you, but this will be our little secret, okay?
Glorbo handed over the final shoe upgrade and I finally took in its power. I felt a surge of energy as I grew into my strongest form yet. I had 5 more hearts and new powers. Finally! With this, I can take on Omega Crocodilo. But the question is, where is he hiding? It's not gonna be easy to track him down. Just then, I looked up and saw a bird brainrot mod, Frula, flying high over our heads. I think I need some eyes in the sky. I took off after the bird, hoping it would lead me to the Omega's hiding place. On days 90 through 92, I followed Frula through the trees until he led me to a clearing filled with colored rings. That's when he finally noticed me.
Hey, you down there. What are you doing chasing me?
I need your help finding the Omega Crocodilo. Think you can use your vantage point from up there to help me out?
I don't take orders from just anyone. You gotta prove to me you're worth the effort by completing my Fruity Loop puzzle.
That shouldn't be too hard. I'll give it a go. I stepped onto the course and started running through the rings. Red, orange, green. Suddenly, I was blasted by a hidden attack and sent spinning.
Oh, strike one. Get 3 and you're out.
Out? What do you mean by that?
You're killed.
Sheesh, that's morbid.
Hey, you can always quit if you're chicken.
No way, dude. I'm trying again. I gave the course another go, passing through the rings. Red, orange, yellow, blue. When another hit knocked me back. Ouch! That really hurts.
Aw, giving up already? I thought you were a shark, not a shrimp.
Wait, I get it now. I had to pass through them in rainbow order. I used my new knowledge to give the course one final try. I passed through the rings in perfect rainbow order. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And just like that, the puzzle was complete.
Looks like we have a winner. Here's your prize.
Fruly handed me a map marking the location of the Omega Crocodilio's secret base. You already had this ready?
Yeah, but you know me. I like to have a little fun.
I actually just met you, and you're kind of a weirdo. But still, thanks, Fruly.
Don't mention it. Good luck.
As Fruly and I parted ways, I knew that I was stepping ever closer to my ultimate destiny, and continued on with my head held high. On days 93 through 95, I followed Fruly's map, getting closer to the Omega's base, but the journey was treacherous. It has to be close. I can't let the Omega Crocodilio get away with his plans. As I traveled, I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye. When I looked back, it disappeared like a trick. Did you find all the secrets? Be sure to rewatch the video and comment below where they're hidden. I continued forward, but as time passed, I couldn't seem to locate the base. Even worse, I was starting to recognize the same landmarks over and over again. Wait, am I going in circles? This isn't right. I tried using my Tralalero powers to tunnel underground and find a new route, but when I came back up, I was back at the same exact village. Okay, something is trapping me here. What's going on? Suddenly, I spotted something moving in the distance. Out of options, I ran after it, hoping to break the cycle. I pursued the mob until I finally caught up to them at a beach. It was Burbaloni Lululoli, one of the brain rot mobs. Are you the one making me walk in circles?
There is something you must see before you're ready to face the volcano.
But there isn't much time. You had to let me through, now.
No, you're not ready.
What do you mean? I gathered all the brain rot upgrades. I'm more than ready.
You dare to question me?
Yes, I think you're wrong. I'm ready to take on Omega Crocodilo.
I have never been wrong before. How many times have you been wrong, Big Mouth?
I'm not gonna answer that.
I think it is best I show you that you're still not ready.
Suddenly, the coconut creature threw some sort of splash potion at me. My vision spun and the world blurred. What did you do?
Overcome this challenge, and all will become clear.
I tried to hang on, but it was no use. Soon, my mind drifted into a strange dream. On days 96 through 98, I woke up in a strange dream world, dizzy and confused from Burbaloni's spell. What is this place? Why did he bring me here?
Max, is that you?
I approached the familiar voice, and to my surprise, my parents were standing right in front of me. Mom? Dad? What are you doing here?
Burbaloni used his powers so we can speak beyond the realm of death.
We've missed you, my son. We're so proud of you.
I miss you guys too. I promise I'm gonna defeat the Omega Crocodilio and avenge our people, but Burbaloni said I wasn't ready.
That's because he wanted you to see this.
My mom stepped forward and handed me a strange artifact I had never seen before. What is this?
It's the final relic left by our people. It will give you strength in battle.
Take it. It's your destiny.
I took the gift and felt a surge of energy overtake my body. I gained 10 hearts, making me stronger than ever before. Whoa, it's almost as if you two are fighting by my side.
And we are. We will be watching you, my son.
Good luck. We love you so much.
I felt the environment starting to change, and suddenly I woke up back in the real world, standing at the foot of a huge volcano. This had to be the Omega's base. Looks like Burbaloni let me through after all. It's time to end this. I began to scale up the massive volcano. This was it. I was about to face my toughest opponent yet. My journey was close to its end, but your journey can start today with the Mega Evolve map available on the Minecraft Marketplace. The link's in the description. Finally, on day 99, I reached the absolute highest peak of the volcano, only to find my nemesis, the Omega Crocodilo, already there waiting for me. I noticed that the top of the volcano had been sealed shut with a metal door, and wondered what the villainous croc was planning.
So, Tralalero Tralala, you finally managed to find me. Took you long enough.
I'm done playing your games, Bombardiro. This is over. Surrender now, or I'll make you feel the wrath of the alpha brainrot critter, me.
You, the alpha? I think you're gravely mistaken, little shark. This battle has already been decided since day one. Do you really think that those little upgrades of yours will be enough to stop me?
They have to be. I'm not about to lose to a smelly croc like you. I've gathered the best of the best parts, and with the combined power of all the brainrot mobs, it'll be more than enough to stop you.
That's a whole lot of confidence coming from a dinky fish like you. But hey, let's find out if you're truly prepared to handle the heat.
The ground beneath my feet rumbled with intensity as the giant metallic hatch doors slowly began to open. I scooted my way clear as the door finally snapped into place, revealing a lake of boiling lava below.
Feast your eyes, Guppy! No amount of brain rot tech will save you once you're melted down to scrap!
You're the one who's gonna be scrap, Bombardiro. For what you did to my parents, I will destroy you!
This is going to be fun!
I braced myself as Omega Crocodilo began his assault. Bombardiro's attacks were unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. He rained bomb after bomb down upon me. I unleashed everything I had in my arsenal, exchanging shot for shot with mechanical terror, doing everything I could to knock it out of the sky. The gator was fast though, too fast, and I couldn't land enough hits to take it down as quickly as I needed to.
I'm impressed, Tralalero. You've clearly gotten stronger. That being said, it won't be enough. No! Die!
The Omega Crocodilo charged up one final attack and unleashed it down upon me. The resulting blast was absolutely huge, and it catapulted me into the lava down below. On day 100, I plummeted into the boiling hot lava and began to burn up. I could feel my armor melting away as I knew my fight was over, and that I lost. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. As I came to terms with suffering the same cruel fate as my parents, suddenly the artifact they gave me left my inventory and hovered in front of me, emitting a strange glow. Huh? My parents' artifact? What's it doing?
What? Where did you get that?
Bombardiro did everything in his power to respond quickly and destroy the artifact, but it was too late. The strange glow expanded outwards and filled me with an intense wave of energy. I felt my power increasing beyond anything I'd ever felt before. I had transformed into Lava Tralalero. This power, it's a gift from my people, my parents. I won't let them down.
No, this can't be. Your kind is supposed to become extinct once and for all, and I will make it so.
Omega Crocodilo unleashed one final desperate barrage, but my new lava form shielded me from the blasts.
What? That's not possible.
My turn. I drew strength from within my superheated core and with a monumental effort let loose a powerful attack that struck the croc with an unheard of amount of force. And with that, Omega Crocodilo crashed into the lava and was finally no more. I had defeated my arch nemesis. I did it! I avenged my people! That was for you, Mom and Dad. I couldn't celebrate for long though, as I began to feel myself pulled deeper into the lava. Whoa! Oh no! The current is too strong! It's pulling me in! I need to swim fast and get out of here! I did my best to swim against the pull, but it was too much for me. Before I knew it, the volcano's lava sucked me in fully, and I had no idea where I would end up next.
On day 1, I spawned in as a baby lava shark. In front of me was none other than the almighty Witherlord fighting it out with my dad. You got this, Dad! You're the strongest mob I know! The two of them clashed in a battle of epic proportions. My dad shot fireballs fireballs from his massive jaws while the Witherlord smashed at him with his hammer. The Witherlord even brought his army, but my dad was still able to put up a fight. I thought surely he would win, but the Witherlord was able to cast a powerful spell, bringing my dad to his knees.
Max, run!
Just then, the Witherlord dealt a killing blow to my father. No, Dad!
At last, I'm now the apex predator of the nether.
You'll pay for this! I'll defeat you! I swear!
Silence, shark!
The Witherlord attacked me. I did my best to retaliate, but I was too weak in my current state. I quickly ducked into the lava and swam away.
Run while you can. I'll get to you in due time.
On day 2, I managed to escape the grasp of the Witherlord. That was close. I better watch out. Suddenly, water was thrown on top of me, causing me to get poisoned. Ah! Water poisons lava sharks? Where is this coming from? The water kept coming, so I did my best to evade it. If I got hit with too many splashes of water, I was a goner. After a while, I realized I was now trapped in a cage of obsidian. The water mixed with the lava. Who's doing this?
Looks like we got a little fishy.
I looked up and discovered I was in the territory of the Gas Goons, one of the biggest, baddest groups in the Nether. Let me go or I'll bite your tentacles off.
While we do that, I'm taking you to the boss.
The gas began to shoot fireballs down onto me. I had to be careful since I only had half a heart. With so much distance between us, I wasn't able to get to them with my powerful lava shark jaws. Instead, I tried to fight back with my own lava abilities. I shot fireballs back at the gas above, but I was still too weak. I soon became overwhelmed and blacked out. On day 3, I woke up inside of a cage with a lava axolotl. Who are you? Where are we?
I'm Agony, and we're in the Gascoon's prison.
What? We gotta get out of here!
No way, they're too strong. The Gas Leader is one of the 6 powerful bosses of the Nether.
Then I gotta take him down before he kills us. I used my fireballs to melt through the iron bars of our cage, but I was then presented with a new problem. How am I gonna swim on land? There was no lava in sight, so I decided to get out by brute force. I hopped out of the cage and realized I now had slowness. I'll just have to hop around until I find more lava. I hopped ahead and did my best to stealth around the gas guards patrolling the area. Just then, I spotted a lava pool in the distance. Bingo! I went for it, but I was moving too slow. I got spotted by one of the guards.
Get him!
I hopped like my life depended on it as the gas guards began to gain on me. Luckily, I managed to make one final leap into the lava pool. I went to swim away, but realized this wasn't the lava ocean, but a lava pond. I was cornered! No! How am I going to escape?
Who dares to escape my prison?
I looked up and to my horror discovered the Gas Leader looming over me. On days 4 through 7, I came face to face with the leader of the Ghasts. Oh boy! His sights were locked on me and immediately came barreling towards me. With nowhere to run, I was forced to fight. The Gas Leader began to shoot at me with an incredibly powerful fire laser. The flames were so hot that they burned purple and dealt loads of damage. Not only did he have his laser, but he was also able to rain bombs down from the sky above. I retaliated with my lava blast, trying to dwindle down his health bit by bit, but he was so powerful it seemed like he wasn't going to give in. Things could have turned out differently if it weren't for the lava pool being here, and thanks to that, I was able to defend myself. With the distance between us, the situation was becoming more dire. At that moment, I remembered my father fighting until his last breath. A small spark was lit in my body, and I became fired up. He never gave in. I gotta keep fighting until the end. I mustered up all of my strength. With one final strike, I was able to defeat the Gas Leader. Suddenly, my fin grew larger as well as my entire body. I was now an adult lava shark and had 5 additional hearts. Killing nether bosses makes me stronger? Then I'll just have to take out the last 5 and get strong enough to defeat the Wither Lord. Unfortunately, I wasn't out of the woods yet. The guards had become even more aggravated now that their boss had been slayed by my hands.
You'll pay for that! Get him!
In my new upgraded form, I had the ability to use a molten hammer. Whoa, this is awesome! I began chomping them down one by one. Fighting these guys was a lot easier this time around. I even launched back their projectiles and killed them with their own firepower. After defeating all of the guards, Agni came out from hiding. Seeing me stand my ground had impressed them.
You're amazing. Please, let me serve under you.
Sure. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw something in the distance. A blaze was watching us from afar. Hide! We're being watched! We made haste and quickly dove under the lava until the blaze had finally left the area.
Phew, good catch. I didn't even know someone was out there.
We better make a home base before the other bosses find us. On days 8 through 10, Agni and I found a new spot to settle in. Time to get to work. We began using different nether blocks to build a massive shark head coming from the lava. I wanted it to capture the spirit of my people and the power I strove to obtain.
This is great. Take this token of my gratitude.
The lava axolotl tossed over some food. Ooh, thanks. I was still in a building mood, so I made a small shrine in honor of my dad to remember my motivation for my journey. I'll become the apex mob just like you, Dad. Just then, Agni walked up and placed a sign of his own. What's that?
These are the nether bosses you must defeat before you're strong enough to take on the Wither Lord. You already took down the Gas Leader, but there are still the Blaze Battalion, the Piglin Pirates, the Nether Golems, the Strider Spartans, and the Hoglin Gang.
Then I got work to do. Wonder what kind of cool powers they'll all give me. Just as I let my guard down, strange nether creepers came out and began to approach my base. I just built this place! Get out of here! I harnessed the power of my lava attacks and began to shoot down each creeper one by one. I had to be quick so they wouldn't blow up my hard work. I was making good progress until one ran out of the pack with incredible speed. Oh no you don't! I quickly aimed a trick shot and took the creeper down before he could blow up my home. The nether isn't a peaceful place. You never know what can attack you. With the base secured, I set off in search of my next victims. I was gonna become powerful at all costs. On days 11 through 14, I explored the seas of the nether, looking for someone to fight. Come on! Who wants to face me? I saw a group of piglins at the shore and began to swim up towards them.
Ah! That's the shark that killed the gas leader! Run!
Okay, Devas. Ow, magma block.
The piglins ran off before I could catch them. That's what I thought. Just then, a ghast approached me from above. Hey, big guy, fight me!
Yeah, that's going to be a big pass. Definitely didn't wake up today and go, you know what I should do? Fight a shark made of lava.
Your loss! I kept moving until I stumbled upon the Wither Lord overlooking a crimson forest. There he is, the apex predator of the nether. He doesn't even look that tough. Suddenly, the Wither Lord stormed the crimson forest, decimating everything in its path. I knew I definitely wasn't strong enough to take him on yet. Okay, maybe he is more powerful than I give him credit for. I kept my distance and continued searching for bosses to increase my power. On days 12 through 15, I continued to swim until spotting massive blaze rod pillars sticking out of the ground. Whoa, I must be entering blaze territory. I continued moving deeper inside. I knew I must have been getting close to the leader of the blaze battalion as the number of pillars increased. Finally, after a lot of travel, I arrived at the gates of the Blaze Kingdom. Now I just need to swim on in.
Stop right there, intruder!
Out of nowhere, blaze guards swarmed around and began to attack. Using the lava, I maneuvered up and around their attacks, making it harder for them to reach me. It seemed like their armor made it impossible for them to shoot their usual fireballs at me, but because of that, they had a lot more health. I used my fire ability to scorch them, but it wasn't as effective. I switched over to my molten axe and began swinging, taking them out one by one. I had grown much stronger after my encounter with the ghasts. With one final attack, I used my fins to propel myself out of the lava and chomped the last remaining guard. Perfect! Now I can go inside. Just then, a larger guard descended in front of me.
Halt! Who wishes to proceed into the Blaze Bastion?
Me! Max, the lava shark!
And why?
To broker peace between the lava sharks and the blazes.
To be allowed entry, you must present a gift to our people.
Oh, okay. How about this?
No. Come back when you have something worthy.
I swam away in frustration. What the heck am I going to find that's worthy of the blazes? On days 16 through 18, I began to swim around the depths of the nether's lava in hopes of finding something to give the blazes. Nether wart? A gold nugget? I don't know. What would a blaze even want? Just then, I spotted something large swim by under the lava. I'm not alone. I swam towards it carefully and discovered it was a massive lava guardian. Ooh, I bet they dropped something valuable. With my mind made up, I swam in and confronted the lava guardian. Hey pal, prepare to die!
Why are you picking on me, puny fish?
Because I need to get into the Blaze Bastion.
You fool. That is one of the most dangerous places in the nether. You must be truly deranged.
Yep. I charged in full speed ahead, ready to take the treasure by force. I tried to use range to my advantage, but each time I did, the Guardian would suck me in closer with magical powers and hit me with his melee attacks. He was slow and powerful. I knew he wasn't gonna let me fight at a distance, so I took out my molten hammer and swung it at him up close. Each hit I managed to land dealt massive damage and brought me one step closer to my treasure prize. After a lot of back and forth and close calls, I was beginning to get an edge over him. With one final blow, I managed to take out the oversized lava fish. Victory for Max! Upon their death, they dropped a stunning amber crystal and a lava gauntlet for me. I knew the blazes couldn't resist the gem. Blaze Bastion, here I come! On days 19 through 22, I returned to the Blaze Bastion's gate with my new offering. Here's your stupid prize.
Wow, this is incredible. Please, sir, come right in.
The warrior escorted me through the city walls. Having fought so hard to get here, it made it all seem so magical. Once the tour was done, I was brought into the throne room. The place was beautiful and full of all kinds of different glowing blocks. It even had lava pools for me to swim through easily. Wow. Just then, the Blaze King presented himself to me.
Welcome to our kingdom, Lava Shark.
Appreciate it. I gotta ask, why is this place covered in lava?
Well, we blazes are made of pure lava. But beyond that, it keeps this place even more protected.
About that. Without warning, I went in head-on to fight the Blaze King. I leaped out and charged into the Blaze Warrior. He attempted to pierce me while lunging forward with his sword, but I was able to narrowly avoid the sharp metal blade. He began summoning floating projectiles made of fire and ender magic. Launching them at me, I dodged a few, but the ones that hit me did big damage to my health. I swam further away to eat and regain some health, but he took advantage of the situation, trying to bash me with his shield. Summoning the projectiles again, he fired more my way, but this time around, I was able to deflect and send them back. He seemed to have been weakened by the damage, and as I smacked him with my molten axe, his flames changed from orange to blue. Angered, he started attacking more aggressively, shooting projectiles and creating flames that bursted from below. I had to take advantage of my speed in the lava and close combat just to deal damage. I continued swinging and cranking 90s around him. At this point, he was moving slower and I could tell his health was low. After a fierce battle, I managed to take down the ruler of the blazes once and for all. Suddenly, a surge of power shot through my body. I once again grew even bigger in size, gaining 5 more hearts and the Blaze King's power. I feel stronger already!
He struck down the boss. Get him!
Before the Blaze Warrior could get me, I ducked into the lava and made my escape. On days 23 through 26, I escaped the Blaze Bastion and arrived back in my base where Agni was waiting.
Did you beat the Blaze Battalion?
I sure did, Agni.
Woohoo!
Agni went ahead and crossed the Blazes off my list, leaving my target to be the Piglin Pirates. I'm coming for you next! Before I set off on my journey, I wanted to expand the base even further. I extended my build inwards to add more space and even created lava paths to make it easier to navigate throughout the entirety of the inside. Once my expansion of the base was complete, my stomach began to growl. Oh, I'm hungry. With that, I searched around a nearby pool of lava to see if I could find anything yummy to eat. During my search for food, I found a school of combustive cod. Don't mind if I do. I went through the school and killed lots of them for their delicious meat. Mmm, spicy. While I was at it, I caught a few more in buckets to take back home to the base. When I returned, I made a tank to house some combustive cod for later. Now I had a consistent food source for me and Agni. Suddenly, I spotted a strange line in the lava with a little block at the end of it. Ooh, I definitely want that. I swam up and grabbed it, but felt stuck right after. It was a trap. Before I knew it, I was pulled into the air by a fisherman and pulled onto the shore.
A lava shark? Oh, I have plans for you.
Back off, bucko! I snapped at him with my powerful jaws, but he was able to evade me and knocked me in the head with his diamond sword. Everything went black. On days 27 through 29, I woke up inside of a strange aquarium full of lava. All around me, different players from far and wide were staring at me. I had been taken to the overworld. What the heck? I gotta get back to the nether! A little girl walked up and started to tap on the glass.
Mommy, look at the funny orange shark!
Ah, my ears! Cut that out! Suddenly, the girl's tapping was just too much for the tank to withstand. The glass shattered and lava began to pour out into the room. The attendees scattered. Now it was my chance. It's my time to shine. I flopped around the facility in search of a way to escape, chomping down any attendees that got in my way. That's what you get for messing with a lava shark. Finally, I found a room with a nether portal, but as I was about to jump to it, the fisherman got in my way.
You're my greatest catch. You're not getting away.
The fisherman took out his diamond sword and began to slash at me with all of his might. Unfortunately for him, even without lava to speed me up, I was much tougher than a mere human. I managed to overpower him with my incredible strength and take him out. Upon his death, he dropped a diamond chestplate. Not too shabby. I hopped into the portal and began to return to my base. I hope I never see another fisherman again. Suddenly, I spotted a ship in the distance. Is that the Piglin Pirates? New powers, here I come! On days 30 through 33, I swam up to the Piglin ship when they almost immediately spotted me.
Shiver me timbers! That's the lava shark that's been taking out the bosses!
That's right!
Ye not coming aboard our ship! Fire!
Without any time to react, the piglin pirates began to launch cannonballs at me. I used my gauntlet to pull them into the lava, but they kept firing at me. When I got too weak, I was forced to hide under the lava and heal up. While I was down, they all climbed back up onto the ship, so I started pulling them down again. I did my best to evade it, but I wasn't able to do much since they were on a boat. Time to sink this thing! I swam up to the base of the pirate ship to try and rip it to shreds. Unfortunately, it was made of obsidian. Dang, I don't have a diamond pickaxe! The pirates continued to fire projectiles at me, which was starting to become overwhelming. I swam underneath the ship and found a trapdoor, but unfortunately for me, it was locked. If I can get the key, then I can destroy this boat from the inside. With that, I escaped the clutches of the piglin pirates, ready to return as soon as I had what I needed. On days 34 through 35, I continued on my search for the key. While looking around, I came across what looked like a beach. There were loads of piglins and striders all just chilling at the shoreline. What a lovely party. It would be a shame if someone crashed it. I made sure to stay quiet as I crept up to the group swimming around and having fun. Finally arriving at the feet of my victims, I began chomping away, finishing off each unsuspecting victim one by one.
Everyone out of the water! I mean lava!
Screaming at the top of their lungs, the striders began to vacate the area in an attempt to reach safety. Nuh-uh, you're not getting away from me! I followed behind them and continued taking them out as they approached land. While scaring the striders, I had noticed a glint of light coming from the beach. It looked like some sort of small object that one of the piglins might have left behind. As I approached it, I realized that it was the key that I'd been searching for. Sweet! Now that I'd found the key, it was time to pay the pirates another visit. On days 36 through 38, I returned to the ship and stealthed around until I made it to the trapdoor. Alright, it's infiltration time. I unlocked the door and hopped around the boat, immediately finding barrels full of gunpowder. How convenient! I used the crafting bench inside to craft some TNT using sand I got from the beach and set it up all around. This ship was about to blow. Just then, I heard heavy footsteps approaching. At the doorway stood none other than the Captain Piglin.
There's a stowaway on my ship!
Yo-ho-ho! I used my lava attack to light the TNT and hop back into the lava below.
Uh-oh!
The ship erupted in flames, leaving only the obsidian base and debris behind.
Me ship! We're going to sink! You'll pay for this!
Good luck escaping me now! I charged in to engage the captain in combat. His attack was super strong, but I had the advantage now of being in my element. I used my blaze blaster up, which caused him to teleport. I realized he must have Enderman-like powers. After a long battle, I managed to take out the Captain Piglin and officially defeated the Piglin Pirates. I felt new power emerge inside of me. I grew bigger, gained 5 hearts, and the ability to teleport. I'm one boss closer to taking down the Wither Lord. On days 39 through 42, I was traveling home when I spotted a group of piglins. The minute they saw me, the group ran off in terror. I guess they've already heard of my super epic run-in with their boss.
I'm not so sure about that.
I turned around and discovered the voice behind me belonged to none other than the Wither Lord.
You've been making quite the buzz here in the Nether. I heard you already took out 3 of the 6 Nether bosses.
That's right, and I'll take you out too.
Is that a challenge? Foolish lava shark. I'll wipe you out in an instant, just like your father.
In a fit of rage, I tried to attack him when he least expected it, but the attack had no effect on him. What?
I'm not some lowly Nether boss. I'm the Apex Mob.
The Wither Lord used his incredible power to blast me into the air. When I landed, I was in another part of the Nether altogether, with only half a heart. This guy is crazy strong. Suddenly, a horde of skeletons began to approach me.
Obey the Lord. Finish the lava shark.
He blasted me into a trap. I had no time to think. I swam away as fast as I could from the horde. After a while, I managed to escape with my life. Even with 3 bosses under my belt, he's too powerful. I need to keep getting stronger if I want to stand a chance. On days 43 through 46, I arrived back at my base, but I immediately felt a bad feeling deep inside of me. Someone is here. I began to navigate the different areas of my base, carefully looking for the intruder. But after a while, I didn't have any luck. Maybe I'm crazy.
Achoo!
I swam around the corner and found a baby strider hiding. Gotcha!
I'm
sorry. I'm sorry.
Who do you work for?
I don't work for anyone. Please don't hurt me. My home was destroyed, and I don't know where to go.
Oh man, I feel bad. Sorry, you can live here.
Yippee!
I built the baby their own room, making sure it had everything a Strider could want, including plenty of lava. You like?
I love.
Suddenly, the Strider was pulled under the lava. Oh my gosh! On days 47 through 49, I investigated the disappearance of the Strider. Hello? Strider, where are you? Suddenly, I heard a horrible ghostly wail in response. It's a lot scarier under the lava than I thought it would be. I swam deeper and deeper into the lava oceans of the Nether until finally reaching its deepest depths. There, I found some gear lost to time. These must be items players have lost in the Nether. I wonder how they didn't burn up though. Suddenly, I heard the ghostly wail once again, but I decided to shake it off. Must be my imagination. I continued my search for the lost Strider until finally arriving at a massive area full of bones. What happened here? The bones go on for miles. Just then, out of nowhere, a terrifying monster swam up to me. I hightailed it out of the depths as quickly as I could and returned to my base. So don't swim too far under the lava. Noted.
And don't mess with the nether golems.
Huh? I turned around and discovered a nether golem standing in front of me. Before I could react, I was hit with a splash potion and knocked out. On days 50 through 53, I woke up to the sound of heavy machinery all around me. What happened? I looked around and realized I had been placed on a conveyor belt and it was headed straight towards a massive tank of water. I gotta get out of here before I'm turned into obsidian! I struggled to break free, but I was surrounded by barriers all around me. I can't break through with my powers! I began to inch closer and closer towards the end of the belt. In a matter of moments, my journey was going to end. There has to be a way out! Just then, I spotted a gap in the barrier. I quickly lunged towards it with all my strength and managed to escape the belt just in time. That was close. Suddenly, sirens began to go off around the entire facility, alerting nether golems to rush inside.
Stop right there.
Ah! I began to flop away as fast as I could, but I knew I couldn't keep them away for long with slowness. I need to find lava quick. On days 54 through 57, I was being pursued by the nether golem guards. I escaped the room I was in to discover that I was inside of a factory full of lava animals. Are those lava animals being used as fuel? I didn't have time to think with the guards hot on my tail. I teleported on top of the lava tank and jumped inside to hide. Luckily, they ran by without spotting me. That worked for now.
Psh, yeah, for now. Every one of us will soon be burned out to power their machinery.
Whose machinery?
The nether golems.
Wait a second. Those were the next people I wanted to take down. I gotta find their boss and get out of here then. I knew there was no way I was gonna get there without lava to swim in, but I suddenly had an idea. It's destruction time! I smashed through the tank of the lava, causing it to pour everywhere.
Whoa! You're strong enough to break these?
You know it! I freed the lava animals and flooded the floor with lava. Once I was done, I had plenty of space to move. The guards are gonna be busy with this mess. Time to find that boss! On days 58 through 60, I arrived at the office of the nether golem boss. There, he sat hunched over, almost as if he was asleep. This will be easy! Luckily, the place had already been flooded for my plans, so I swam forward to land the killing blow. Suddenly, he woke up! The golem stepped forward and lit himself red. He looked more powerful than before, and I realized what I had done. Did the lava make him stronger?
Hello, Lava Shark. Of course it did. Our tech is powered by lava.
Uh-oh. The massive golem began to attack me full force. He slammed down on me with his powerful arms, and I didn't think he could get any more powerful until he started spitting huge fireballs at me too. I started to wear him down, but then out of nowhere, he started absorbing the lava around him and healing himself. Not only did this make him even stronger, but it also cut the battlefield in half. Eventually, he sucked up the rest of the lava, and I was forced to flop around on my belly, but my powerful abilities were able to slowly wear him down. The fight was super difficult, but eventually I managed to overcome the powerful king of the nether golems. Upon his death, I suddenly gained more power, 5 more hearts, and his awesome helmet. I did it! Time to get out of here! On days 61 through 63, I returned to my base to find all the lava animals I had freed from the nether golem factory all waiting. Why are you guys here?
You're like super cool. We want to live here and serve you.
Sure, I guess. I got to work on rooms for all my new lava animal residents. I made sure it had everything a lava animal could want so they were all comfortable.
This is sick. Take this.
they tossed over a forsaken staff as a token of their appreciation. Once I finished their rooms, I got to work on expanding the base more in general. I added a private pool for myself so I could have some privacy, and I decorated the area with soul lanterns. This place is looking nice. As I looked around, I spotted the old room I had made for the baby strider that was pulled under the lava. I wonder if they're okay. Just then, they popped out of the lava right in front of me. Wait, you were the guy I built a room for and got pulled under the lava. I thought you were dead.
No, I was simply brought to my senses. The Strider Spartan showed me that clearly a Strider shouldn't live amongst pathetic lava animals like you. Guards, come seize him!
Out of nowhere, more Striders began to rise from the lava below. What the heck? I swam away from them as they began to march towards me. I ran until I stopped by a massive hole in the ground. I definitely don't want to fall in that. Unfortunately, the Striders managed to catch up. I was cornered.
Surrender to our numbers, lava shark!
No way! This is madness!
No, this is Strider!
The Strider ran forward and kicked me, causing me to plummet into the hole below. On days 64 through 67, I woke up in a strange sewer system. Is all of this underneath the nether? Just then, I heard a low growl behind me. I turned around and found a massive lava monster standing behind me. Bring it on! I charged in to take on the oversized lava slug, but to my horror, he absorbed my attack and grew larger. Uh-oh. I ran away as fast as I could through the multiple corridors of the lava sewers, but no matter where I ran, the lava monster always seemed to find me. I'm gonna get caught at this rate! Suddenly, a tiny mushroom creature hopped out of nowhere.
This way, this way!
I followed the mushroom and managed to throw the lava monster off my tail. On days 68 through 71, I spoke to the mushroom for some more intel. That was close. My name is Max. Can you take me back to the surface?
I'm Sherry, and that's the problem. I've been lost here for what feels like centuries.
I don't have that kind of time. There has to be a way out. I swam around with Sherry, following behind me in search of an exit. We were about to give up when suddenly we spotted a sign pointing towards it. Let's get out of here. We swam around the corner and discovered the lava monster was standing guard right in front of the exit. How are we gonna move him away?
I have an idea, but you're gonna have to lure him to me.
Okay. Sherry left and I gathered my courage to alert the lava monster. Hey, lava brains, over here! The lava monster lunged at me and I rushed over towards Sherry. Once it was close enough, Sherry unleashed her attack. Now! Sherry shot the lava monster with sleep force, causing them to fall asleep.
Quick, let's go! Before he wakes up!
The two of us booked it towards the exit and managed to escape the dark depths of the sewer. Once we arrived on the other side, we were outside of the Strider Spartan's fortress. I better get to that leader before we're caught.
Thank you for everything, Max!
The two of us parted ways, and I headed deeper into Strider Spartan territory. On days 72 through 74, I navigated through the Strider Spartan territory until arriving at a massive battlefield. What's this all about? Suddenly, a massive Strider emerged before me.
I see you've escaped our sewers. You're that lava shark that's been killing all of the other nether bosses.
That's right, and you're next.
I'm your toughest foe yet. I'll show you why the Strider Spartans are the superior clan of the nether.
I charged at him, but he knocked me back with his skull power. He shot incredibly fast projectiles, so I had to move as fast as I could in order to dodge his shots. I used my powers to pull him into the lava, but of course that didn't hurt him since he was a Strider. His shots were super strong, and I was starting to take significant damage. I fought him with all of my might, but for the first time, I thought I was gonna lose to another boss. I have to pull through. Out of nowhere, I heard a familiar voice.
Incoming!
I turned around and discovered the lava monster from the sewer was running straight towards me. Ah! I quickly ducked down into the lava and the beast ran past me.
Ha! You're retreating. I win. Uh-oh.
The lava monster quickly ran in and defeated the Spartan leader. Suddenly, I felt a strange sensation causing me to grow larger, gain 5 hearts, new armor, and a ton more strength. I guess I still weakened him enough to reap the rewards. I was eager to try out my new strength, so I used it on the lava monster in front of me. To my surprise, he went down in a single blow. Whoa, I'm so powerful! The Wither Lord won't know what hit him. Sherry then hopped out of hiding. Bringing the lava monster to help was a good idea. Thanks, Sherry.
I'm always happy to help.
The two of us headed back towards the base to prepare for the final nether boss. On days 75 through 78, I arrived back at the base with my new friend Sherry. What'd you think?
This place is crazy. Do you think I can move in?
Sure! Before starting on Jerry's room, I first got to work on expanding the base more in general. I made the belly of the shark base deeper so that there was more space for all my new allies. Once I was finished, I made a separate room for Sherry with everything a mushroom monster can ask for. I made sure to include plenty of blocks from the Nether's Crimson Forests.
This is cozy! Thanks!
Finally, I decided to refine the rest of my base by adding little details to really fancy it up. Not too shabby for someone without any thumbs. With the base properly expanded, I met up with Agni by our list. He had already crossed out the Strider Spartans, leaving only the Hoglin gang left. One more to go.
That's right. I heard the Hoglin gang is really tough, but I know you'll overcome this.
Suddenly, we heard a noise coming from behind the wall of our base. What is that? I went to the sound of the voices and minded open to see two wither skeletons having a conversation.
Shoot! He found us!
The two skeletons ran off and I chased them as fast as I could. I didn't take kindly to trespassers. Just as I had them in my grasp, I was suddenly led straight into a trap. Wither skeletons were waiting all around me.
Now, boys!
Ah! The wither skeletons all ambushed me. I fought them off the best I could, but I was flopping around on the land. I had to lead them into the lava, where they could be on my turf. Once they were, I used every power I had at my disposal to take the rest of them out. Luckily, I was much stronger than the last encounter I had with them. Whew, that was close.
I wouldn't say you're out of the woods yet.
Out of nowhere, the Wither Lord revealed himself.
I have to say, you've really outdone yourself. The fact you were able to defeat my Wither skeleton army shows just how strong you've become. Too bad, I have also grown in strength.
I don't care how strong you've gotten. Let's end this! I charged in full speed at the Wither Lord. Even with only the power of 5 nether bosses, I felt confident I could finish this now. The two of us clashed with our powers of epic proportion. He hit me with this huge hammer, and I retaliated with my skull and lava powers, but it seemed like it still wasn't enough. His nether powers were way too strong. The longer the fight went on, the quicker I realized I was still no match for him. His power was even stronger than it was before. I'm losing health too fast. I gotta get out of here. I swam deeper into the lava so that the Wither Lord could no longer reach me.
You're a coward. You'll never be the apex predator of the Nether.
The Wither Lord was about to finish me when suddenly the Hoglin gang attacked him. The Wither Lord burned through their army like nothing, but more and more reinforcements continued to arrive.
Ah, pesky hogs. I'll be back for the lava shark later.
The Wither Lord then retreated.
If you ever come around here again, you'll feel the full force of the Hoglin gang.
The Hoglin gang? Huh. Maybe if I'm able to defeat them, I'll definitely be able to take down the Wither Lord. On days 79 through 83, I followed the Hoglins to their base. When I arrived, I realized it was a gym. That's weird. I tried to enter the base, but suddenly a giant ripped Hoglin stopped me.
Whoa, bub. You ain't tough enough to enter our gym.
What? I'm tough?
Okay, how tough are you?
How tough am I? Well, I can do this! I shot a spectacular display of lava powers into the sky. How about that, huh?
Sorry, not impressed. What else you got?
I had plenty more where that came from. I showed off all my incredible lava shark powers to dazzle the stubborn guard.
Yawn. Boring.
Where's your boss? Tell him I want to face him to see who the real apex predator of the Nether is.
Ha! You think you're the first guy to come over here wanting to fight the boss? Give me a break.
Well, then how do I get in?
You need some strength training, small fry. I could train you, but I'll need some supplies first.
The buff Hoglin tossed over a list of training materials. Let's see. Protein powder, 5 bottles of water, and an amulet of strength. You got it! I know the Nether like the back of my fin. I set off in search of the items I needed. Most of them were from the overworld, so I figured this would be a difficult journey. Just then, I spotted a grocery store in the Nether. Huh, that's convenient. I flopped into the store and found all the items I needed to get into the Hoglin base. I purchased everything and was officially ready to begin my training. Final Nether boss, here I come! On days 84 through 89, I returned to the Hoglin gang's hideout and gave the buff Hoglin everything he asked for.
Thanks. Alright, let's get started. Follow me.
The buff Hoglin led me towards the first part of my training session, the treadmill. I hopped on the treadmill and fought against the force the best I could. Without lava, I had slowness, so it made staying on track really difficult. Luckily, I had already overcome harder things.
Not bad. Let's move on.
My next challenge was to swim laps in the lava and jump through hurdles. Do I look like a dolphin to you?
No, but there's a reason why dolphins are more athletic. They hit the gym unlike you lazy sharks.
Lazy? I'll show you! I swam through the course with grace and speed, clearing each hurdle to show the Hoglin who was boss. How's that?
Pretty good for a lava shark. We can move on to the final challenge.
The Hoglin took me to the final challenge, which to my surprise was a block of obsidian.
Break this block with your bare fins.
What? That's impossible!
This is for babies. You're not a baby, are you? Do it!
Ugh, fine. I tried over and over again to break the obsidian with no luck. But the more I tried, the closer it seemed I was getting. After a lot of failed attempts, I managed to break through it. I did it!
It is time.
The buff Hoglin took me to an area with no lava in sight.
All right. It's time for us to face each other in combat.
What? I don't want to fight you. I want to fight your boss.
Surprise, surprise. I am the boss.
On days 90 through 93, I was face to face with the Hoglin's leader. You were the leader this whole time? And what's with this arena? I'm at a total disadvantage without lava.
I knew you would eventually come, so I designed this arena specifically for you. If you need lava, you'll have to jump for it, while also avoiding my attacks.
I looked up and noticed that there were pools of lava suspended above my head. Okay, let's do this! The two of us charged forward and engaged in combat. The Hoglin leader may have been slow, but he made up for his speed with brute strength. He charged me with his powerful tusks and slammed his fists into the ground to hit me with a shockwave. Thanks to my training on the treadmill, I was able to fend myself longer on land than before. But even with my advantage, I still was no match for the Hoglin. Alright, lava, I'm coming for ya! I honed in my jumping and strength training to go high enough to reach the lava container suspended above. I was able to smash the glass in a single blow and began to fill the arena with lava. I repeated this over and over again until the room was full.
Not bad.
With my new footing, I rushed down the Hoglin leader. I was gonna win no matter what. The lava slowed him down enough that I quickly got the advantage. After a while, I managed to defeat the Hoglin's boss. Woohoo!
Congratulations! You have proven to me that you're worthy of my power.
The Hoglin tossed over a Hoglin maze as well as a map to the Witherlord's castle. I felt a strange sensation inside of me. I grew bigger in size and gained 5 more hearts. I've defeated all 6 nether bosses. Time to take on the Apex. On days 94 through 98, I returned back to my base one final time before facing the end of my journey. It's building time. I decided to add my own personal gym in honor of my training with the Hoglin gang. I added a treadmill and other workout equipment so I could keep my strength up. With that, my lava shark base was officially complete. I wish my dad could have seen this. Just then, Agni floated up to me.
Hey, I wanted to show you something.
I followed the lava axolotl to our list to find that all 6 names were finally crossed off. Wow, it's been some journey, huh?
Yeah, I wanted to give you something.
Agni tossed over some incredible new armor.
Promise me you'll finish this and become the Apex Nether mob.
I promise. It's time that I finish this. On day 99, I followed the map I had gotten from the Hoglin leader and arrived at the Witherlord's castle. This place is incredible. I wonder if I get to keep it when I'm the Apex? Just then, a horde of wither skeletons ambushed me. I honed in all of my powers I had gotten on my journey and blasted down each of the little warriors one by one. My strength was far too overwhelming for the wither skeleton army, and I was able to defeat them all. Is that the best you got?
I think you forgot about me.
Out of nowhere, a mutant wither skeleton emerged in my path.
You don't stand a chance against the Witherlord. Turn back.
No way! I'm not leaving until I'm the Apex! The mutant wither skeleton took out his 2 massive blades and began to slash me down. He was powerful enough to send shockwave projectiles flying at me from afar. Sometimes he would even lunge at me with all of his might. Unfortunately for him, he was in my domain. I used the lava around me to my advantage and evaded his attacks the best I could. I tried out my brand new Hoglin mace to deal damage whenever he got too close. When I managed to slip away from his onslaught, I pummeled him with the power of my 4-second staff and lava blaster until he got weaker and weaker. The battle was tough, but I managed to defeat the mutant wither skeleton. Witherlord, here I come! On day 100, I entered the throne room of the Witherlord where he stood waiting for me.
I thought I had warned you not to face me.
As if. I'm not scared of you. I'm gonna take back my dad's title. You're finished!
Have it your way. It's about time I got you out of my hair anyways.
The final battle of who the strongest mob in the Nether had begun. The Witherlord started by summoning some of his armored skeleton goons. I knew being outnumbered was bad news, so I started by taking them out one by one. The Witherlord kept sending more and more of his forces at me as he hit me with attacks of his own. They seemed endless, but I kept hanging on. I managed to clear them out and keep going. He smashed into me with his giant hammer, dealing massive damage. I fought back the best I could and evaded his moves. I was getting good damage with my Forsaken staff, but it broke. To make things worse, he began to fire skulls at me, making it nearly impossible to get in. But I couldn't give up. I was so close to victory. It's now or never. I swam in with my molten hammer and dealt more damage up close. Finally, after a fierce battle, I defeated the Wither Lord, officially making me the apex mob of the Nether. I'm the strongest mob to ever live!
Don't forget to get Mega Evolve on the Minecraft Marketplace using the links below, and help support the channel.